Welcome to Sports Blast Daily. I'm Joey Murr. It has been a while since I've been able to do a video, but I got my Sports Blast sign in the background and I have to comment on the recent play of the Boston Bruins, of course, hosting the New Jersey Devils last night. The Bees were 8-9 in their last 17 games, which is unacceptable. And I've been calling for Claude Julien's head, no doubt about that. But Cam Neely in a recent interview yesterday said that it's too late in the season to make a coaching change. But I think he had the players motivated. I just still don't know if he's the coach to get them over the hump. But last night, trailing 1-0, Claude really ripped into the team during the first period. Sean Thornton ends up tying the game 1-1. They go into the second period. Milan Lucic, a nifty pass to Zdeno Chara, who had a nice goal. He go up 2-1. The Bruins end up winning the game 4-1. And in that game, Milan Lucic scores his 30th goal. The last Bruin to do that was Phil Kessel. And if you can remember before that, it was Patrice Bergeron. So great night for the Bruins and Milan Lucic. Tim Thomas, 30 saves in net. The core guys, Chara, Lucic, and Thomas, all stepped up for a big win, but it all comes down to Thursday, against the Montreal Canadiens. You can remember that whole Max Pacioretty hit a few weeks back. The Bruins just did not show up against the Canadiens. Thursday's game at the Garden against Montreal is going to show me if this team got out of its funk or not. And Claude Julien lives another day as Bruins coach. All right, the Boston Celtics, they go back at it tonight at home after their recent road trip. As you can remember on Monday night, tough game against the New York Knicks, but they came out down from 15 and won the game. Now, this team has showed that it can put it together when they need to win games. And look at the core group of those guys. Paul Pierce stepped up. Rajon Rondo, everyone's been asking what's going on with him. He stepped up with 13 points, 12 assists. Kevin Garnett has really been exceptional, defensively and on offense. And Ray Allen, of course, 7 stitches to his head, but played tough and knocked down some big free throws towards the end of the game. And when are you going to learn not to get Paul Pierce mad? I mean, he was really focused in that fourth quarter. I think he took a little elbow to the nose or something, and it really made him focus. Celtics came back and won the game down by 15 points and to win by 10. I don't want to see them win games like this, but it was a big win going further. They host the Memphis Grizzlies tonight, who are battling in the Western Conference for a playoff spot, but just got news that they lost Rudy Gay for the remainder of the season. So the Celtics and the Grizzlies tonight at TD Garden. All right, in Fort Myers yesterday, John Lackey was on the mound for the Red Sox. He pitched 5 2/3 innings, gave up 6 runs and 4 strikeouts. Now, he was named the number 2 starter, of course. John Lester's going in the 1, followed by Clay Buchholz, Josh Beckett, and Daisuke Matsuzaka. Some players are on the bubble. Tim Wakefield is on the bubble. There's no doubt about that. They got about 22 spots locked up. It's going to come down to Okajima, Atchison, Tim Wakefield, and then a guy I like, Matt Albers. I think he's a guy that he's played with Baltimore a few years ago. He's out of options, so if he doesn't make the team, he's going to be a free agent. Maybe they can sneak him back on waivers and get him down. But I think he's a guy that can help out. Big kid, and I think he can pitch in the bullpen and also be the emergency long man if they need it. But I'm hoping that Tim Wakefield makes this roster, or they put him on extended spring training, and when they need him, they bring him back up. I hope he deals with that. One other thing is, can Darnell McDonald be the 5th outfielder? If you look at it like this, they're very dominant left-handed. And they're going to need a 5th outfielder with the way J.D. Drew and Jacoby Ellsbury, let's face it, with their injuries. I think he's a guy that's going to make this team be a right-handed hitter off the bench and also play corner outfield and center field. Look for Darnell McDonald to make this roster. And finally, the NFL made some rule changes. Now, I don't mind that they're moving the ball up to the 35-yard line for kickoffs. Yeah, it might hurt some of the big returners like Josh Cribbs and Devin Hester and, hey, maybe even Brandon Tate for the Patriots. But this is something that they did in the early 90s. This isn't a big rule change. The biggest change that happened yesterday was the official review for touchdowns. All right? How many coaches do you know that don't throw the flag on touchdowns that should have been reviewed? Well, now it's always going to be reviewed by the official. So I think that was the biggest rule change that happened yesterday. And also those coaches, they can hold those challenge flags, so when plays that really matter, they can throw the red flag. I don't really think it's a big issue, but they actually agreed on something. the coaches have actually agreed on something. Can we agree with this? Now we got to get the owners and the players in there to kind of settle this all out and get things going for opening day. All right, again, you can follow us on Twitter at The Sports Blast. You can follow me on Twitter at Joey Murr, and be sure to check us out on 5 stations throughout New England: Money Matters Radio, and also WGAM The Game in New Hampshire. I'm on every Saturday 8 to 10 in the morning, and Sundays in New Hampshire 8 to 10. Be sure to get blasted on the Sports Blast. For Sports Blast Daily, I'm Joey Murr.